What it is, guys? M.V.K here. How's everybody doing? Yeah, guys. I'm here. I am here, and I just, I was kind of in the mood, and I just wanted to, you know, talk to you guys and give you some heads up and things like that. As you can see, look at that. Pretty much, room is empty, practically empty, y'all. Look. See that? Only thing in here is my TV, things like that. Um, so I just wanted to come and talk to you guys and chill with you guys for a few minutes, for an hour or two. Um, you know, wanted to answer some questions for you guys and things like that. But more importantly, if I can get my phone there. Okay. More importantly, just wanted to talk to you guys. Excuse me. The uh, the move is God damn it. Okay, here we go. The move is practically done. Um, it's practically done. There we go. Okay, the move is practically done, guys. Um, I'll be out of this location, so technically this will be the last Q&A for. Well, I can say this will be the last live Q&A for this location, and then I'll be in a new location, and the cycle will start all over again. What's up, John? So yeah, guys. Just wanted to come here and talk to you guys. Let's see. So, what has happened? A lot has happened as of late. We saw the merger. The merger is complete, right, guys? That's for one thing. The merger is done. The merger is done. Disney, Fox, it happened. It happened. Hey, guys. But yeah, I didn't want you guys to get alarmed about if y'all see the title. It's like it says the final Q&A. But I just wanted to let you guys know, yeah, the move is almost complete. You guys kept hearing me talk about a move, I'm moving, things like that is basically complete. My room, this room is completely almost empty. The only thing in here now is my TV, which I'll move later on. Um, but all my comics are gone. Posters off the wall. Things like that. It's completely empty, and I just no, I haven't had a lot of time to see. I still haven't seen. I know that people have been asking me, have I seen Captain Marvel? I haven't seen that. Us comes out tomorrow, or came out today. Those who got it, I want to see that. So I've just been so busy in terms of the move, and also not just this, planning, getting everything set up for MegaCon this May because I'm going to MegaCon and I'll meet up with DPZ and C Dubs and all them, so I'll be down there in May. I'll be there for all 4 days. It'll be my first time going to Florida. I haven't been to Florida in so long. Um, so so yeah, everything's just been just kind of just trying to catch up on things and uh, things like that. So yeah, man. Other than that, guys, yeah. What's good? What's good with you guys? How's everybody doing on their end? No, I have not seen. So here's some questions that y'all probably gonna ask. Did I see Toy Story 4 trailer? No, I have not. If I had, y'all would have seen a reaction for it. Have I seen the teaser for Stranger Things 3, season 3? I have not seen that yet either. Any of those stuff you would have known, I would have had it. I would have had a reaction for. Indeed. Uh, I want to see what was going on. Um, no place to hide. No, yeah, mutants. The mutants are coming home. Fantastic Four, Galactus, Silver Surfer, the Negative Zone, all that stuff coming home. Uh, hey, even Super Scroll coming home. Can't believe that. It finally happened. Yeah, and yes, Tron, that is true. Deadpool is the only X-Men related character that will be not rebooted. So Ryan Reynolds is still gonna be Deadpool. And that's cool. I have no problem with that. No issues at all with him being the only character not to, you know, move over. And oh, shut up. Okay. All right, there you go. Mm, wait, I wanted to see that. Go back up. Shit. Sorry about that. Uh, yeah, it makes sense. It does make sense that he would be the only. He's the character that. Sorry about that. I'm on my phone, guys. So my all my stuff is packed, so I can't. But it does make sense that he would be the only, to get not be rebooted. And that's fine. Like I said, that's great. I have no issue with that at all. I think it would be a little bit stupid to, because I can't see anybody else playing Deadpool but Ryan Reynolds. So it's been confirmed. Yeah, he is the only one that's not getting rebooted. X Men characters, all that stuff, they can get rebooted. I'm looking forward to seeing who they cast as the Children of the Atom. More importantly, who's going to play Wolverine? That's probably the biggest one on my list. Um, I was talking with a friend, my friend Victor, and we were talking about how the MCU X Men movies should focus on characters like Mister Sinister instead of Magneto, and we're like, yeah, like keep Magneto out of it. We've seen Magneto enough. Let's go Sinister. And yeah, like I think as right now they should stay away from the Phoenix saga, because I don't think they're ever gonna I don't think they're ever gonna get that right. Um, my advice: don't stick every mutant in the X Men movies. Branch them out. So like for example, Storm should show up maybe in a future Black Panther movie. Rogue, Mystique, and a few other characters should show up in maybe a Captain Marvel. Spread them out. Don't have them all in one movie. That's it. That's what I'm saying. Indeed. And I just saw some comments. Oh, finale. See people looking at the finale. Finale. It's finale because you won't see me in this location anymore. That's what that means. So yeah, it's nothing bad. It's just I won't be in this location anymore. I'm moving. As you can see, there's nothing in this room anymore. Like it's practically empty. So, oh, good. um, it's kind of funny because Kevin Feige has also came out on and said that the first 22 movies of the MCU now have a official name, kind of like, so they're taking a little bit of a trend from Dragon Ball, and they're calling it the Infinity Saga. So that's the all 22 movies are going to be called the Infinity Saga. So makes you wonder what's going to happen next. What else? Big news has come out. Shang-Chi, the Shang-Chi movie has now, not only does he have a writer, he has a director, and as of right now, the rumor is two actors that are already in talks. Donnie Yen to play the villain. I don't know if he's gonna play Shang's dad, and uh, the actor from uh, Into the Badlands is also, I'm forgetting his name. Daniel Wu, yeah, Daniel Wu, I believe, is up. So we could see him as Shang. I I applaud those casting. I feel that the Shang-Chi movie should be and similar to Black Panther. Will you, Disney and all of them, get the biggest, get as many Asian legends you can get and pack that movie. Like, I don't care if they're just making cameos. Like, if we're showing how many teachers Shang has had over the years when he was growing up. I don't, like, for example, all his different martial art teachers. Let's say one of his teachers was Sammo Hung. I don't care. Like, just get him. So Shang-Chi is, things are coming around, and I'm happy. I can't wait to see what they do with the Shang-Chi movie. This could be Marvel Studios' first legitimate martial art movie. Like, we never had that with MCU. They never had a legitimate martial art movie. And
It
from
should be like Winter Soldier. It don't feel like a superhero movie. It feels
right,
like an espionage
right,
for Shang-Chi. Shouldn't feel like superhero. It
it
should be
shouldn't
like for
feel like
martial
that.
art.
Right.
That's
Um,
not basically make all the movies feel different.
the concept that what they've said, the concept of the Shang-Chi movie is like it's supposed to be a mixture of 70s action, 70s action martial arts meets the Matrix. And I'm like, that suits Shang-Chi just fine. That suits it just fine with me. Um, I got no problem with that whatsoever. Uh, yeah. So yeah. Um, I want to make sure. I'm not a Brony fan. So I'm not a Brony. So I don't watch that stuff. I got friends that are Bronies. I'm not a Brony. I got nothing against people who are Bronies, so that's fine. Let's see.
I mean, I'm not. That girl was just as crazy as Nikki, though. Could be her cousin.
So, hey, Mr. Emerald. Let me see if I missed something. I Okay, Hugh Jackman considering coming back. I don't know. I think he doesn't need to put his body through that anymore. I mean, if you look at, because I've actually downloaded his workout to, that he had for Wolverine, and that workout is crazy. I'm like, damn, like this is what he did. I don't think he needs to come back as Wolverine. I think now they need a younger actor to play the role who can put up the believable, like, okay, this is a century old mutant. Um and as far as I'm concerned, yeah, I'm sticking to my beliefs. Scott Eastwood is that guy. Like, he needs a role like that really set him apart from his dad. And Scott Eastwood, I think that would be so good for him to choose that. Hugh Jackman now is going to be doing, going back to his musical roots. He's going to do some more Broadway stuff, and that's fine. Great. But yeah, I don't. I mean, it'd be cool, but it's be weird. It'd be weird because a lot of the old guard are leaving. Like if they were gonna do it, I would have loved to seen the Wolverine Captain America story, like where Hugh Jackman and Chris Evans together. But it's not going to happen. Um, it's going to be really interesting to see Endgame. Go check out my reaction. I did that. It's going to be real interesting to see Endgame and see where they go with it, and see who leaves, who stays. I mean, what's going to happen? How is it going to change? How do they bring everybody back? Because they've already stated that they've only announced one movie. They're not going to announce any other movies out. Until Endgame. Spider-Man Far From Home takes place after Endgame. So my biggest thing is figuring out, okay, does he remember dying? Does all this stuff? That's always gonna. Is he really gonna remember all that stuff, or are they gonna really pull like kind of a really the whole time that it didn't happen, so they don't remember it. Only those who were there remember it, or something like that. That time travel is just a really scary thing. Um, like I said before, I talked to didn't go too deep into it. I did announce it. The Fox merger, I'm happy. Um, I'm happy more just in the case of almost now Marvel has almost everybody back under one house, one roof now. I put up I was on Facebook and I pulled out one of my pulled out an old Fantastic Four comic. I think it was the new Fantastic Four. Yeah, it's Fantastic Four number 544 when they would call it new Fantastic Four when Dwayne McDuffie was writing it when he had Black Panther, Storm, Johnny, and Thing. And I basically put in a tweet. I put in my post on Facebook. I said Black Panther saying "Welcome home, everyone." Storm saying "Honored to be home," and Johnny and Ben saying "It's about damn time." So yeah, it was that. Um, I got no problem with that. Uh, it is what it is. They say they're not going to change a lot of things. Like, not everything is going to change. So, all stuff that used to be with Fox, like Predator and Alien and all that stuff, they're not changing. It just probably takes some time. The only thing I say the only sad part about it is that the jobs that are going to be lost because of the merger, and that's just business right there. That happens. That happened to me several times where I was with a company when I was a direct care worker, um, and the company that I used to work for merged with this other company called New York Fowling, and the company I used to work for was called Lakeside Children and Family Services, and then this company New York Fowling merged with that, and they started letting all the old direct care workers um, started releasing us, and I stayed on. I was able to stay on, but yeah, it happens. It's business. Um, Hi Asia, how you doing? Time travel, yeah, they say time travel is gonna play a factor, play a factor into it. The quantum realm is probably gonna be a factor, which is fine. And let's see, Nathan, have you seen Bar Rescue featuring John Taffy? It was. I don't watch that show, so I can't tell you. Um. Uh. I don't. Like I said before, if it does go, they are going. They're not changed. They've already announced that they're not changing those franchises. Like they're not going to water down Aliens or Predator. The main thing about this merger was more about pretty much getting the Marvel properties back. That's all it really was. Everything else was just gravy to them. It was more getting the Marvel stuff back. And in my opinion, Fox, they had their shot with X Men, and to me, like even like right now, Phoenix is not impressing me, and I don't care for it. I'm like, "Yeah, this is not impressing me. This just feels like X3 Last Stand all over again. Um, and we're not going to see New Mutants. I don't know what they're going to do. That's got to get reshot. It's like, okay, so it's like, I want Kevin Feige, because Kevin Feige worked with the X-Men movies, so he knows what they're, and there's so much they can do with the the Children of the Atom that Fox never dreamed about doing. You know, do I? I mean, there's this whole rumor that they want to do a X Men versus Avengers. Don't do that. Please don't do that.
I can see them losing to that.
Don't do that. God, please.
I mean, if you really look at the real actual story, that didn't make any of
That
us look
made.
good.
I don't want that story arc done at all. Um,
That did not take anybody to find.
that I hate that storyline. I hate it. But the concept of what this means in terms of, especially the alien races, like we can get the Shi'ar, the real Shi'ar. That's the thing people don't understand. We can get the real Shi'ar, the Imperial Guard. Um, I I, I want to say the Brood, but they kind of look like they're alien. But um, you know, we got the scrolls, but we couldn't have scrolls like Super Scroll and Pybok, the Power Scroll. Now they can. The Negative Zone, Galactus. Could you imagine seeing the real Galactus? Not a cloud, the real Galactus. And Blast Star, all those characters, Annihilus, all these characters. It's always funny to me, guys, that people always say, well, after Thanos, Marvel has no big villains. I'm like, I can go on my Marvel encyclopedia and be like, here are 5 characters, big bads they could use. I said, get Mephisto, um, the Beyonder. I was going down a list, and I'm just like, there's so much more than just Thanos they can go with. And there's rumors that they're now trying to get Namor, because I know he's stuck in some kind of limbo with Universal, which doesn't make sense to me. But they're saying that he could show up in either Doctor Strange 2 or Black Panther 2. There's even rumors that Marvel may want to um, bring the Defenders, the real Defenders, Namor, Doc Strange, Hulk, and Silver Surfer to the big screen. Um, since the Netflix stuff have been canceled, they can do it now. Um, because think about it, because Mark Ruffalo has one more movie on his contract as the Hulk. He has one more movie contract. He signed a 6 picture deal. So if we're doing the math, using Avengers 2, um, Thor Ragnarok, uh, Infinity War, he's gonna be an Endgame. That's 5 right there. He's got one more movie now under his contract. Personally, me, if it's me doing it, I would want him to get one more crack at a solo movie where he passes the torch on to his cousin Jen Walters. That's just me. Because if there's any other female Marvel heroine that I want in the MCU, it's Jen Walters. I want She-Hulk so badly. It's like I want her, because if they want to keep kind of the Hulk involved, why not somebody who is like Jen Walters? And you could easily do the whole, blood transfusion. Bruce says his cousin, and you don't even have to do like too much in depth into the comic because in the comic, Jen, she's a lawyer and she was on a case that the I believe it was the mob, if I remember, they were telling her to get off the case or you're gonna get hurt. She got shot. Bruce Bruce, the only way he could save his cousin was to give her a blood transfusion, which his gamma radiated blood. And unfortunately, what happens next? We all know what happened. And Jen became the She-Hulk. At first, she was kind of she was kind of savage like her cousin for a while, but after a while, she learned how to kind of control it now. So and I can easily see them doing that, where it's, you could have a pre actress playing that, and then you could have another like a fit woman playing it, maybe CGI her make her look a little bigger, but still may have the same actress voicing the character. You don't always have to go complete CGI. I don't want Jen. If they put She-Hulk in, I don't want She-Hulk looking overly muscular.
Really don't want them to do what they did with Vinny Jones as Juggernaut.
Yeah, Vinny Jones is
Yeah, he
Juggernaut,
looks
or
so.
Mr. Hyde in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. How he was all big and overly
No,
muscular.
but what I mean by Juggernaut is that wasn't Vinny Jones's
No,
body.
it wasn't Vinny Jones. I mean, we've come a long way because look at what they did with Steve Rogers. I mean, they put Chris Evans' head on that skinny man's body, and it really looked like him. But I want practical or something like that. With She Hulk, I'm just saying, She Hulk's definitely one. Uh, Captain Marvel has already set up another future hero, um, Monica Rambeau. So we could see Photon, or I'm sure they're probably gonna have her go Photon if they do. Future wise, we see her get her powers, either Photon. I don't think they'll call her Spectrum because that's what she's called now. But Photon definitely she take the of her mother, take the route of her mother. Uh, so the future looks bright, for MCU. As for DC, it's um, what's the biggest thing from DC now? The rumor is that the next Suicide Squad movie that James Gunn is doing is a complete reboot. The only character that's coming back to reprise the role is Margot Robbie as Harley. The rumor is Idris Elba is replacing Will Smith as Deadshot. I'm a big Idris Elba fan, so I have no that man could do anything. I mean, I just listened today to him. He was rapping. I was like, yo, I know he could DJ, but I didn't know he could rap. And he was like, yo, can that what can this man not do? Like it's cool. Um it seems like they're not gonna do the Cyborg movie. I'm not surprised at that. What was his name? Ray Fisher. He's not coming back. So I was,
And I liked him as.
and he was pretty good as Cyborg. I had no issues with Mr. Fisher playing Victor, but when they said he was getting his own movie, I was just like, I don't know about that.
Cyborg, hold his own.
Yeah, so it seems like the only Jason Momoa is still going to be around for Aquaman. Got Miss Gadot, still Wonder Woman. I think Miller. They're rewriting the script for the Flash movie. Him and Grant Morrison, um,
What's going on with Ben Affleck?
and Batman. The last thing I heard about the Matt Reeves Batman movies now, it's going to be set in the 1990s. So I'm like, okay, so they're setting him in the 90s now. Okay, so but they're trying to make this movie more noirish, where it's more focused on his detective skills, which we have not never seen, and we haven't seen a lot of in the movies. So it is what it is. I'm pulling for DC as always. I'm looking forward to Captain Marvel. You know, I posted a post on my Facebook and on my Instagram where you got uh Carol and Billy shaking hands, and basically I put Billy saying "Nice job, Captain," and she's saying "You're up next, Captain," and it's just like me saying "Fuck the rivalry." I put hashtag "Fuck the rivalry," blah blah blah, and things like that. So I'm looking forward to that. Uh, and of course, looking forward to when the Valiant characters start hitting the movies. I'm looking forward to Bloodshot. I'm looking forward to Shadow Man and Faith. She's getting her own movie. But outside the superhero movies, there's some good movies coming out. John Wick 3, Godzilla. I can't wait to see that. It is what it is. And I skipped a lot of people's questions. I apologize for that. Uh, you think we'll see X-Men and Fantastic Four and Endgame? Who knows? We may. Uh, do I like Gordon Ramsby? Uh, who's that? Nathan? Yeah, I I've watched him sometimes. I don't watch Hell's Kitchen and all that like that. Nathan, I've seen. I mean, I know he's got a foul ass mouth. I'm like, but he's pretty good at what he does. Like I've watched him make some food and stuff like this. Is how you make the perfect, and I'm like, okay, but I don't really watch that. I watch cooking shows, but I watch a lot of just cooking shows that where the guy is the chef is having fun, not trying to belittle you and stuff like that. Like I'm not gonna have anybody tell me to put my hands over my head and say, "Now what are you?" I'm a sour cake or some. I'm like, man, get out of here. I'll end up smacking that guy. Um, let's see. The Secret Wars would be a good storyline. That would be good. Onslaught. Uh maybe I really don't care for Onslaught. Um, what do you think about James Gunn back in charge of Guardians? I'm fine with it. It should have never happened in the first place. Disney should have never fired him in the first place. It's kind of cool that he's going to be directing a Marvel movie and a DC movie. But James Gunn, that should have never happened. Somebody pulled up posts that he said 10 years ago. Like people changed. Like that's stupid stuff. That was just dumb. That really was. Um, let's see. Uh, and why is this the final? It's the final one in this location. It doesn't. That's what it is. Uh, uh, I will definitely go see Us. Malcolm is definitely he's gonna see it first before me. But I'm definitely gonna see it. Uh, that movie. Once I saw the trailer, that movie had me intrigued from the get go because now I just think, oh, they're doppelgangers. Just trying to take over. But these doppelgangers have some kind of abilities that Malcolm just told me. The boy's doppelganger, the little son, he's immune to fire. Like he can't be burnt by fire. And there was a trailer, a TV spot where we saw Lupita's doppelganger. She just came out of nowhere, like she cloaked herself and came out. I'm like, what the? So it got me intrigued. It the more and I'll never be able to listen to that song. I got five on it the same way anymore because now that now I listen, it creeps me out even more. I'm like, ugh. Uh, like it's like I'll tell you a fun fact right here. So I was over at the new place. I was loading some stuff. I was in that place by myself, and I've just had listened to watch the trailer for Us again, and I'm thinking I'm hearing things like I'm getting all creeped out. That's how creeped out that movie had me. Um, Jordan Peele, he's doing his thing. He's really doing his thing. I'm just well, all I'm saying is stop trying to brand him the new Alfred Hitchcock or the new Stephen King. He's Jordan Peele. He's him. He's just doing him. He's not trying to be like anybody else. I am interested in seeing his Twilight Zone because his Twilight Zone looked kind of scary. I'm like, okay, these look scary. Um, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Definitely. I will see Us. I will definitely see Us. Um, Yes, okay. Now, like I said before, I did not see Captain Marvel yet. I have to see it. But the one thing that a lot of people kept telling me about was the one thing that I just they had to spoil, and I didn't really care. The one thing I asked a couple friends is like, do we see how Nick Fury loses his eye? And yeah, we do. And to me, when they told me how it happened, I'm like, that's lazy writing right there. So it turns out the cat is the one that did that, scratched his eye. Like I'm like, wait, what? Like, are you kidding me? Like that's how he loses his eye? Like I'm thinking, oh, somebody shot him, an explosion, like in the comics. Nope, cat scratch. Really? I'm like, that's baloney. I'm pretty sure they will going to introduce Wolverine in fighting the Hulk. If if it was me doing introducing Wolverine, he get introduced. Um, yeah, introducing Wolverine in a Hulk movie would be cool. Like Hulk. The famous Incredible Hulk issue where Wolverine was first introduced. That'd be great. But I definitely would want him introduced in his own movie where we see him working with Alpha Flight. Look at that. They got Alpha Flight. Alpha Flight. They got now so many characters they can play with. Pause on that. But so many characters they could use. You know, it is what it is. Um, yeah, it's great for James Gunn. Like I said, what happened that shouldn't have even happened. It's like if I was to come out and say, "Oh fuck all you whites" and all that blah 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 and things like that, and that happened 10 years ago, you know, and somebody brought that up. Oh yeah, well he's Mumford and Kids are racist. Go look, go watch his post, and no, I'm not. Like, no, you know, it is what it is. But it was sucked. It really sucked. But it is cool to see, James Gunn is back, doing his thing, and it is. Um,
Child molester. All bets are off.
um, have I ever got through a series? Wait, I was reading that one. We'll put that. I saw it was a. Have I ever had a hard time getting over a series ending to where it took you days to accept and move on from it? We talking comics or just TV movies in general? No. I've to this day, for example, to this day, every time I watch the series finale of Angel, pisses me off. It pisses me off, like to the core. It pisses me off because I'm like, wait a minute, like. you can't end it like that. Like we don't get to see what happens, and then but then they did the Josh Whedon does the comic stuff, and I'm just like that's cool and all, but I want to see it live action. And it's funny that I mentioned Angel because supposedly David Boreanaz let some slip that they could be doing something with Angel, which would be pretty cool. So yeah, that'd be kind of interesting. Sorry about that. All right, let's see. Um, did you ever see the movie Keanu? You talking about the Jordan with the cat? No, I haven't seen that. Was it good? Uh, oh yeah, Ramsey can be just weird. God damn it! Like stand up. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, I'm on my phone using it. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Be right back, guys. Hold on. Okay. That's more like it. There you go. Let's see. To me, a chef deserves to be called out for them doing better. Yeah, I have a question. Why do people what? Hmm. Interesting. I don't know, but once again, depending on where you are, so it is what it is. If that's what you want to know, interesting. Don't feed the trolls, right? All right. Hey, Daryl. Let's see. Do you like Love Me? I don't like too many Elvis songs. I really don't. Indeed. Favorite Beatles song? Hey Jude. Hey Jude is probably my favorite. One of my favorites. I think I mentioned that before. Also today, guys, for anybody who doesn't know this, today is Luke Cage's birthday. Today, well, yesterday was. No, it's still the 21st. Today is Luke Cage's birthday. He came out. Today was the day he came out. March 21st, 1972. He is officially 47. So congratulations to Luke. Hope to see him back in some capacity. Yeah. Let's see what else. What else is big? Mortal Kombat. I'm looking. Mortal Kombat 11 about to drop next month, and they just showcased Koto Khan and Jackie Briggs back. Crazy stuff. Yeah, they're doing time travel a lot too, so it's really interesting, indeed. So yeah, it should be interesting. Lukey Luke, have you? Have you seen any of the classic Batman and Spider Man? Of course I have. Of course I have. I've seen the 1967, Spider Man cartoon. Spider Man. Yeah, I've seen all those. Where he was web slinging way above the city. You know, that was, and it's funny when I watched it the first time. My dad used to watch that one, so he was like, Dad, that's what you used to watch. Like, it's so funny to watch that one because, like I said, he's web slinging way above the city, and it's just like, what is he shooting? Where is his webs? It's funny. I find it funny. I really do. Uh, let's see what else. Come on. Let's see. Um, AJ, I'm going to New York for WrestleMania. I hope I meet you. Oh wow, you're gonna be at WrestleMania. Congratulations. I will not be there. Uh, uh, I will not be there. Sorry. Uh, man, you must. That's congrats for that. Uh, congrats indeed. That's really good. Well done, AJ. I think that yeah, AJ. Cool. Uh, let's see. So far, in terms of the matches, I'm pulling for AJ. We all know Kofi's either gonna get that. Hopefully, Kofi gets that match. Um, Seth, yeah, I'm pulling for Seth. I'm tired of Brock. I really am. I'm tired of Brock. Kind of. And now, what's that saying? The chameleon now. The chameleon has shown his true colors. Ronda Rousey's now on the heel turn, which I mean, this was something that we all was probably waiting for, but now she's talk. It's almost to the point. It's like, why wasn't she doing this before? And stuff like that. But Kurt Angle's retiring, but uh, and we see the people that's going to be in the Hall of Fame this year. Booker T going to be a two time Hall of Famer with his. This time he's going in with his brother for the Harlem Heat. That's great. Well rounded, great tag team. Uh, DX is going. China's going. You know, um, so it's cool. It's all good. Least favorite Marvel comic, Lukey Luke. Um, I don't. Everything I read from Marvel is I like, so can't really say it. Should have said something like characters because I give you a bunch of characters I don't like. Uh, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Lukey Luke, did you watch or like the Super Bowl? I did not watch the Super Bowl. Didn't care for it. Um, and I think we all can say that was a horrible game, indeed. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a troll in the mix. So don't feed the troll, as always. It's really cool. So but I do like to play with the troll. So we should play with him, should we? Okay, so everybody, I want you to meet the troll. His name is Abdus. And the Abdus troll is he's an elusive troll. And so we need to play with him. So let's spit some knowledge to him. Let's play with him a little bit. So hey Abdus, what happens when what happens if you get someone you try to get someone's attention and he only cares about his pack members, his true pack members. What do you get? I tell you what you get. Me, who don't care what you do. So you can keep spitting whatever crap you want. My pack members and I are not bothered by you. But I just wanted to acknowledge you because it is what it is. Anyway, pack members, let's get back to what's going on. Who's good? But yeah, can't wait to end game as well. Uh, it should get this the end game. It should be really good. That trailer they showed really got me when they showed Clint with his daughter practicing archery. I was like, oh my god, that hurts even more now to see where he's at. And that being the reason why he became, I guess, Ronin. That's even like even more. Uh, what was your reaction to? What was your reaction to when Disney brought Marvel? At least favorite and least favorite DC character. When Disney bought Marvel, I remember that man. They bought that for like a how much of it was $1 billion something dollars. I know they bought it for. I was like, whoa,
That came out of nowhere.
that came out of nowhere. I was like, what? No lead up to it, but I was like, what? And I was shocked, but I was a little scared because it was like, okay, what I thought what was going to happen was they were going to be like, okay, now they're gonna come in and change everything around. Like they were just going to run, but they didn't. They haven't touched the comics. They haven't done any of this. So yeah, I was a little shocked, but I was open. And my least favorite DC character, mm, I don't. I'll come back to that. I'll be right back, guys. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Nature called. So what was that? Oh, Lukey, Luke, you asked me um least favorite DC character. That would probably be Catwoman. There you go. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of hers. Careless about her. Yeah. Um, do you have a least favorite? Do you have a least favorite and favorite Doctor Strange comic? Least favorite, and you mean like somebody's run? I have I have a favorite run of Doctor Strange. I think Jason Aaron's run of Doctor Strange was great. I loved his run because it had that old school feel, like Steve Ditko run. That's how it felt. It was really that. It was that good. Least favorite, not really. I'm liking where Wade is going with it. You know, him in space and stuff. I'm like, Doctor Strange in space. I kind of like that. That's cool. Mm, let's see. Um, let's see. Love the Mighty Raccoon Deadpool cover of the trip. Oh yeah, I saw him do that. That was pretty funny. Mighty Raccoon, I like that. How did you feel about season two of Black Lightning? I have not. I have not. Um, I have not finished Black Lightning. I've just been. I just DVR'd it, and I'm gonna watch it later. So I haven't watched it yet. But I heard it was kind of interesting. Let's see. Have you been keeping up with March Madness at all? Uh, well, right now the Michigan and Montana game is on right now, so uh, Malcolm's more into keeping up with the March Madness as much as than me, but I keep my ears on what's going on. I was excited for Disney buying Fox because X-Men, but I've given up hope that Hugh Jackman will return. He's not coming back. You know, like I said, like I was telling somebody else that just asked, I downloaded his workout, like what he used to do to keep him to get that big for Wolverine, and the age he is now, like that, just he can't do that now. That's just too much
He could, but not without a price.
without a price. Now it's just like he not for him. Don't do that. That's why it's better to get recast a younger actor now to play that role, but still have that believability that okay, this is a century-year-old guy. Like he's been around for years, and I'm saying, man, like Scott Eastwood, yo, he he, he needs something like this. Um, what are your thoughts on the movie Dead Presidents? Um, I like Dead President. That movie was actually shot right here in Mount Vernon. So and I remember when they were shooting that movie. So yeah, good movie. But yeah, it was shot right here in Mount Vernon, New York. It was shot in here. I remember when it was shot here. Um, okay, Chris, what's your thoughts on the Savage Avengers? I'm kind of excited to see. Yeah, I talked about that. Savage Avengers, Wolverine and Conan on the same team. How cool is that? Wolverine, Conan, Venom, Brother Voodoo, all on the same team. And this is Mike Diodado's last Marvel title before he's leaving Marvel. So and he's gonna do more indie work and stuff like that. I love Mike Diodado's artwork. I love that guy. His artwork is he works better on titles like this, like darker tone titles, but all his the tones he uses, the details he puts into his characters is great. He made a tweet about that, like his goal was to work for Marvel. He got to do that, and now he's gonna do some more indie work. That's great. I have nothing against that. And who knows, he may come back. He'll always be welcome to come back. Um, Name four DC babes crack you'd what crack ship with the the TMNT. Uh, I have to come back to that one. Do you like Poison Ivy and Harvey as a pair? I like them as a couple. That's what I look at. That's what I consider them a couple. So yeah. What do you think of World War Hulk? It was a good story. I met Greg Pak. I told him that he signed all my World War Hulk stuff. So yeah, uh, great story. Um, Only thing about Batman and Robin movie was the soundtrack. I guess yeah. Uh, I think YouTube did a song for Batman and Robin. No, he did a song for YouTube. Did a song. You two did a song for Batman Forever, not Batman and Robin. And I actually like that song too. It's called "Thrill Me, Kill Me." Thrill me, kill me, kiss me. Yeah, that song. It's a good song. You're right. Maybe Batman Forever. Love that movie to my core. Okay. Do you think in his younger years Clint Eastwood would have played Wolverine? Yeah, I was. Funny that you mentioned Clint Eastwood. I was watching one of my favorite movies, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, yesterday, and he looked just like Wolverine. I'm like, funny. Uh, do you think Endgame will be the last movie that we see the main six Avengers? Yes. This is the last movie that we see the main six, the core six of the MCU founding members. Uh, Chris 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 Evans. This is it. This is the last one for him. Mr. RDJ done. I think Chris Hemsworth is done. Um, Scarlett Johansson still has movies on her contract. She's getting that solo movie. I'm not sure about Jeremy Renner. Uh, Mark Ruffalo has one more movie left on his contract. So yeah, this is the last. Marion, do you agree that that the video game Suffering and its sequel, The Suffering Tide, that bid are criminally underrated? I never played that, so I wouldn't know. So, mm, Nathan, what are you looking forward to in Mortal Kombat 11? Uh, Too much. I think one of the big things I'm looking forward to seeing younger Johnny interact with older Johnny, Johnny Cage, and just seeing Johnny, older Johnny, seeing what everybody else saw him as. Like, man, I really was a jerk, an asshole. So yes, that's gonna be fun to see. Um, uh, Terry, is this the last Q&A? No, I, I see. That's the problem. I shouldn't have worded it like that. It's the last Q&A in this location, Terry. That's all. That's what it is. Uh, um, what are your thoughts? What are you loving in the current Hulk run, and what do you hate about it? I don't hate anything about it. I talked to Al Ewan, the writer. who writing it. I met Al Ewing twice, and I love what he's doing with it. That horror vibe to it is great. I love it. I got nothing against anything that the current run. It's great. Um, the suffering was scary. Okay, I never seen. Do you like Superman 4 from? Oh God, no. No, I don't. I I'm not a fan of Superman 4: The Quest for Peace. I'm not. Um, that movie was just bad, but it's kind of cool because the actor who played Lex Luthor's nephew, he plays Lex Luthor now. He played Lex Luthor on Supergirl show, and a lot of people said he killed it. He did great. So, and I'm happy because he's a talent. I've known him since Jesus Christ, since he was Ducky. So yeah. Um, like I said, Superman 4 is just like I must defeat Superman and get my claw in my hand, get my nails getting longer, and I scratch Superman in the back of the neck, and he's hurt. Like, Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker is an awful video game. I didn't the yeah. Uh, do you think The Dark Knight is overrated, or do you agree that it's one of the best? I think it's overrated. Um, I think it's overrated. I I like it, but I think people they say it's the best. No, I don't. I I think it's overrated. Very overrated. We do you think we'll get a good final Fantastic Four movie? Yeah, I think that with hopefully with the FF back, we actually see first of all a good Doctor Doom, like a really good Doctor Doom. Like they really take the core essence of what makes Doom so good, knock it out of the park. The first thing Marvel so far, let's be honest. Let's be real with ourselves. Say what you want, but Marvel when they cast some really good actors. Like you some of them you may not know or you may not have heard of or you've seen them. Like I've seen them, but they really do a good job. And I'm looking forward to hearing when they cast Doctor Doom. I'm like, who's gonna play Victor Von Doom? I'm. It's like yeah. What's gonna be sad about Doctor Doom whenever they add him is that we'll probably never see him interact with Tony because Doctor Doom and Iron Man have had some great encounters. Favorite Superman villain that would be Brainiac, followed up by Parasite. Superman Turns or Superman 4. Um, I can tolerate Superman 4 to a degree more than Superman Returns. I can't watch that. I can't. I watched that once and I was done. I love all the Christopher Reeves movies. That's good. I can't. Sometimes I just felt like he was just under contract, so he was doing like I can't watch Superman 3 without just kind of laughing. I mean, you had the great Richard Pryor in that, but it was just like no, that wasn't working. And the so called and seeing him drink, I'm like, yeah, that ain't working. I like Batman 89 more than I like Dark Knight. I saw the reason why Batman 89 is so special to me because I actually saw that in movie theaters with my dad. So that was like one of the first superhero movies that I can remember that my father took me to go see in the movie theaters. And what was so cool about it was after after seeing it, after I was leaving the theater, um, this garbage. After I was leaving theater, I ran into my uncle and my cousin. They were going in to see it, and I've always said this: Michael Keaton was a good Batman, but he was not a good Bruce Wayne. No, I didn't like his Bruce Wayne, but still, he is. And Jack Nicholson was a good Joker. Um, he played up that Joker of the early '60s. The Caesar Ramirez Joker. He had that vibe with his own nuance. Probably one of my favorite parts is Bob Gunn. Bob gives him, and he just shoots Bob, which is so funny. Or probably one of the most over the top scenes, which always cracks me up in that movie is you got Batman. Now, don't get me wrong, because as much as I harped on Batman killing in Batman Superman, in '89 Batman, he was killing people too. There's a video that actually got a body count of how many people he killed in that movie. So in this movie, you got Batman in the Batwing coming down, and Joker's like, "Yeah, come on, you son of a bitch, come on!" And Bruce is taking dead aim at him, and
Basically, basically like what Ben Affleck's
yeah,
doing in Doomsday.
yeah, and how the hell he missed he missed Joker cracks me up. Like and I'm like, okay, he's dead, and he's just like, and then he pulls out this long gun and just takes aim, and boom, that's it. It was over. Um, Another one of my favorite. It's always my. That's one of my favorite, and of course my. Uh, when he shoots Bruce, and then he says, "Never rub another man, never rub another man's rhubarb." It cracks me up all the time. So yeah, I like '89 Batman more than Dark Knight. I like Dark Knight, but I do believe that it is overrated. They have rated it too much that nothing can top it, and I know that's not true.
It has been
It
time.
has been topped. So yeah.
It's
Um,
overrated for its time.
yeah. The Dark Knight Rises. How the hell did a person make a bat symbol without getting noticed by mercenaries? Oh, I get it. I don't know. Batman, Superman '79 or Batman '89. Ooh, that's a good one. Uh there I'm definitely gonna go Superman. The first Superman, I'll definitely go that one. The first Superman indeed was it truly made you believe a man could fly. That was where and I didn't see that movie until I was like 5 or 6. So by the time I saw Superman, the first Superman, which that came out in '78, I wasn't born until '82. So I didn't see that movie until like 1987, and by that time, Superman 2 and 3 had already come out. So, but when I did see those, I loved it. I was like, Christopher Reeves, Superman. That's all I saw him at. Any other movies Christopher Reeves in? All I said was Superman. That's Superman. You know, God bless him. What are your thoughts on the Batman who laughs? I'm not reading that. So, do you think Batman versus TMNT should have been better? Had a better art director? That's what I keep hearing a lot of people talk about. I reacted to it. I couldn't believe that they did it. I will say that a lot of people that's what that's mostly what everybody's complaining about the art. It's like they don't like how the turtles look and things like that. But it's not that bad. Uh, the thing is, Troy Baker, who's voicing Batman, he sounds so much like Kevin Conroy, and it's like, wait, So, I love that scene where it's the bat. Tom Kenny's Penguin. It's the bat, and Raphael comes out and he's like, "Oh, look like a freaking bat," and I'm like, and he's towering over the Penguin, which is hilarious. So I like that. Uh, all I'm saying is that they just be respectful. You know. Do you think it's too early to add the Fantastic Four and the X Men into the MCU? Right now, yes. Build it up. Build it up. Who has better villains, Marvel or DC? Well, Marvel, of course. And are we talking movies or just comics? Because if then I'm just gonna say equal. They have equal amount. But um, after Superman 4, it started to get bad. Uh, it even started to lose it like Superman. Yeah, everybody knows that. Um, have you ever played the game Primal Rage? Of course I have. Classic. Superman 2 was best Superman movie. Yeah, Superman 2. I love that movie. Don't matter which cut, the Richard Donner cut or just the original cut. I don't mind. Do you like Green Lantern 2001? No, I don't. Um, I hated that movie. I mean, I didn't like. Mark Strong was a good candidate for Sinestro. I thought he was good as Sinestro. I didn't mind Michael Clark Duncan voicing Kilowog, but it they they just ruined a lot of characters in that. And if it spent more time, my problem with it is it didn't spend enough time. Uh, how training we just saw him do a little bit. It was just like, yeah, I can't. Hopefully they get it right with the next one. All that Wayne Tech, and he misses laughing at yeah, right. Uh, Nobody ever acknowledged Christian Bale's killed Harvey Dent or Rachel Go. Yeah, well, technically, now let's be honest. With Harvey, okay with Two Face, I'll kind of say yeah, but with Ra's al Ghul, he didn't kill him. He just didn't save him. Remember what he said? I'm not gonna kill you, but I don't have to save you. He didn't kill him. He didn't kill him. So remember that. Favorite Agent 47 moment. Uh, that's a hard one. There's a couple of moments, but that's too hard. What are your plans for fan fiction? Is there any other site that you're gonna open up for? Nothing yet. Nothing that I can really talk about yet, Nathan. So nothing yet. Uh, it needs to be a Batman and the Outsiders animated movie. That'd be great. But we kind of getting that in Young Justice, so I'm cool with that. Do you think the DCU is rushing things, trying to catch up to the MCU? Because I think they shouldn't had the Justice League yet. Yeah, they won't come out and admit that they messed up. That's why they say now that their movies are going to focus more on characters than trying to be connected. And I apologize, guys, if I'm laying down, just because. Um, but yeah, um, yeah, they did. They won't admit it. But to be honest, when their movies focus just on, yeah, it's better. But yeah, they messed up. They're not gonna admit it. But they were Russian. What the hell is going on? Ew. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, yeah. They Russian thing. They did Russian things, and Justice League was a prime example of them Russian things. And I also think just in general with who is the director of Superman?
Zack Snyder.
Zack Snyder. Yeah, I think Zack Snyder was just the wrong choice to be directing to getting the DCU started. Like Superman, Man of Steel. I like Man of Steel. Don't get me wrong, but it was just dark, too dark for no reason. There were
I appreciate doing a deconstruction of Superman, but like I said, when it got to the point of Batman and Superman, like they don't feel like foils of each
no,
other.
they
They
don't.
just feel like grim characters.
Right. They and you know and the DC and all the whole
Batman, they're foils of each other.
right the whole concept of everything now being dark. They were trying to be the opposite of the MCU. Dark, 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 dark.
Metropolis.
But
Like it had no color to it.
yeah, like it just felt so different and so like out there. Like I'm looking at Superman. You know, yeah, you could say, oh, when he snapped Zod's broke Zod's neck. You know, he did feel bad about him. That whole rah, screaming was like, but if he's Superman, and this just shows you how much effort I put into Superman. It's like, even if that was the scenario, okay, let's go back to that scenario, Terry. All right, so he's got Zod in like a sleeper hole. He literally got him like a sleeper hole, and so Zod's now starting to learn how to use his heat vision. And somehow there's a family trapped in the corner, and
They
Zod
can't move.
that and they can't move.
Some reason they could not
Some
move.
reason they couldn't move. I'm like, wait a minute.
Malik, yo.
Yep. And so basically, I'm like, no, no, he can't move. They can't move out of the way. So here's Superman like, don't do this. I ain't never. So the only thing Clark could think of is snapping this guy's neck. Like he he's Superman, so he couldn't have just put his hands over Zod's eyes or just jarred it up.
Or even turn it or even, or even turn it into a rear naked choke and
Yeah,
fall back.
and fall back like
so it would have went up.
it would have been. It's just there was some stuff that just didn't matter. And then like if y'all just heard what Malcolm saying, then fast forward to Batman Superman, they did not feel like foils of each other. Like it just felt like okay, look at in that first couple of scenes with Superman,
Introduction
the,
of Superman in that movie.
of Superman. I don't care what anybody says. That warlord that had Lois, Superman killed that guy. There's
Somehow he did it.
so, there's no way you can tell me him going at that speed, he didn't kill that guy. Like that's why in the new horror movie, I guess Brightburn, him crashing in you could hear bones breaking, crack, 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 crack. So and Wonder Woman got the ball started in a good way, and you know everybody who razzed on Gal Gadot, you know, oh she's too skinny, oh this and that, she's not gonna be able to do it. She needs to go to the gym. The one thing that really just irritated me about yes was the boobs. Like oh she ain't got enough boobs. I'm like, are y'all serious? Like, what are you perverts? Like, you worried about damn boobs over
She can have boobs and still not be a good character.
exactly. She could be the worst actress with a nice set of tatas and she still can act. But she nailed the character and I loved her. I was like, so when it came to Justice League, I was like, why didn't she have a better role in this? She was kind of horrible in that. I was like,
I said, you compare her own movie to Justice League, it almost felt like two different characters.
yeah.
It's almost like nothing from Wonder Woman passed on to Justice. It's almost like, wait, when did they film this? Did they film Justice League during Wonder Woman? Because like DC like two different characters.
Right. So
It's not like Captain America feels different from his character from his own movie from Avengers. It's the same character, just with development. With Wonder Woman and Justice, it felt like it don't feel like the character that held a movie by herself. It felt
Right.
like she just she's just there.
Okay. Superman killed in the movies. Superman 2, 4. So why do people only complain about Superman killing in Man of Steel? Now, wait a minute. Now, hold on. Because when it comes to Superman 2, did he really kill Zod? Because all he did is break Zod's hand and he tossed Zod, and Zod fell down. I guess he didn't kill Non. He
I
Yeah, he
realized
didn't kill Non, and he didn't kill Sarah Douglas's character. Yeah, Lois.
but
But
I don't think the intention was.
yeah, the
It's just that they
intention was
happened
them
to
to
fall.
they just fell in that gory. Superman 3. God, I don't really consider and Superman 4. I would say maybe he killed but when people you talking about complain no in Man of Steel, it was completely like there were other means to do than what he did in that. Then so there is a big difference.
Like,
There's
but
a
Man is still. Seemed like they tried to make it a scene of, oh, it was a tough decision.
right.
But then, but then when you start to peel back more layers, you're like, wait a minute, he could have did this.
Right.
He
Yeah,
he,
there's
he
there
could have did.
was
It's not like if it was, I don't know, person has a gun, person gonna shoot their family, but they don't want to kill him, and they see about you. Okay, they either can watch their family get shot or shoot the person that they maybe love. That's a case of where, all right, that's a moral dilemma.
yeah.
Yeah, it was no A, B, and C. It was just A and B. Where that scene, the man still felt like, okay, there was A, B, C, D, E,
Yeah,
F, G, Z.
there was other options. Okay, would you agree that 2011 Green Lantern movie was abomination? Uh Close to it. Like I said, Mark Strong's Sinestro was good. He was good at Sinestro. He just was in a bad movie. Um, you know, Parallax probably was that just killed it for me. Like, God, he looked like just a big pile of shit.
It was shellax.
I'm surprised people remember Primal Rage. You forget, um, I was around when that game first dropped. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I wouldn't mind them bringing that back though. Would you be open to Hasbro doing a Megatron movie? Uh, I don't necessarily see the need for it. The Bumblebee movie was a complete reboot of the franchise.
I don't see the point of doing a movie just based on Megatron.
Um, that right there was perfect. I still need to see Bumblebee because everybody said it was good. The fact that they stayed true, but always my problem with Bumblebee is you want to do the G1 stuff now when you should have did it from the get go. That's my biggest nitpick about it. But a movie about Megatron, what would it be about? Just why he did what he did? I mean, I don't think we really need that. I really don't. Um,
It's like the movie based on Magneto.
yeah, like they were going to do a Magneto. Batman Begins. Bruce Wayne started a fire, throws ninjas into the one, and he didn't kill anyone in that movie, and hit hard ground. Okay, wait. Batman Begins. Bruce Wayne started a fire, throws ninjas onto a hard ground, so hard to argue he didn't kill anyone in that movie. Yeah, that's not that way because, but he didn't kill Ra's al Ghul. People saying that he killed Ray. No, what did happen? He
said
said
he lived by his
he
word.
lived by his word. I won't kill you,
I don't have to
but I
say
don't
it.
have to save you. And Race just accepted his fate. He
Right.
just he
He didn't
didn't
even try
he
to
didn't even
run.
try to run. He just stood there, closed his eyes, and that was it.
I'm just kidding.
And yeah, and then of course then we got Talia al Ghul. You killed my father, and then it's
You know
just
what I'm saying?
like,
Wait, how you know?
I,
How did you know that?
yeah, okay. Do you wish Tenchu series would make a comeback? I wouldn't mind that.
Hey,
Um, I wouldn't mind Tenchu. They
what was his name?
uh, who from Tenchu?
Yeah,
Ricky Morrow.
was he American?
No, he's Japanese.
They always how they made him look in the game look like he could have passed for being American.
Oh, he's Japanese. But yeah, yeah, yeah. I wouldn't mind them. Because I think Sega had that. The last Tenchu game I had was for the 360. It's called Tenchu Z, I think, something like that. Uh, do you think Wonder Woman is a good movie in the DC? Yes, that's depending on which cut you're taking or talking about. Superman 2. In the original, he just takes away their powers and abandons them, and Zod and the others too. In Richard Donner, he does kill them. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, there's different cuts to it.
Okay, the one that always came on that comes on HBO and cinema, isn't that the original cut?
That's the Donner cut because they fall. Oh, so yeah, that's the Donner cut. Um, hey Chris, good to see you. Hey. Have you? How do you think Brightburn is? How do you think Brightburn is going to end? I don't know. I'm interested in it.
I think it's going to, and I don't think it's going to be a happy ending.
No, it's not going to be a happy ending. You know that
It's
ain't
like that movie Rampage.
Rampage.
Guy going around the mass murderer movie. You and Javon watched it. He just
Oh, the
goes.
guy who set up that and put on that armored suit and just
Yeah,
oh yeah, Jesus. And they made sequels to that too.
yeah. And he doesn't get stopped at it.
No, what the fuck. Do you think Marvel will ever cross over with TMNT as far as the comics, or is Marvel prohibited from doing crossovers and compare with other? No. See, the problem is, here's the problem with Marvel not doing crossover. There's one guy that stops them from doing it. Do I have to say his name? Fat Casada. That's who stops him. That's who always. You know how many times? Do you know how many crossovers over the past years Marvel wanted to do, and it was either stopped by Joe Quesada or Dan Dildo. I mean Didio. Because of them, they wanted to do back in 2006, I believe. They wanted to do another Batman Daredevil crossover. Who stopped it? Joe Quesada. He stopped it because Joe Quesada, in his fat mind, got this idea that you can't like both. You can't like you like one or the other. That's not your call. And if he ever says I never said that, go watch the Daredevil documentary.
I was like, oh yeah.
Oh yes, you did. You said it right there, and you literally hear him say it right there. So yeah, it's not that they're prohibited. It's because he's always stopping them. And this is where I really wish where Disney really puts their foot down. You remember who you work for. So if we say you're going to do a crossover, yeah, you're going to do it. I really wish that's where I really wish Disney would put their foot down. Like, yes, we're going to cross over with other companies. You know how many crossovers characters from Marvel I would love to see the Turtles cross over with, and it would make sense for them to cross. Like, could you imagine the Turtles crossing over with Daredevil? The foot and the hand, or the Turtles and the X-Men, where they can see that in this world they're mutants too, but they're different. Just stuff like that. I want to see Marvel cross over again, and and I want them to do it. I want to see them cross over with DC again. But as long as those two idiots are still in the company, you're never going to see that because it's always a dick measuring contest between them. Dan Dildo hates. He can't stand Joe Quesada, and Joe Quesada can't stand Dan Didio.
So it makes us, so it makes us the fan. We're fucked.
Yeah, it's like yeah, as a fan of both, it pisses me off. It's like why not? Why won't you cross over with them? So yeah, it's
No, they do edge.
because they're stupid. Yeah, exactly, they're stupid. Um, DC and WB shouldn't give up on connecting universes. Um,
DC and WWE.
WB.
Oh, I love it. WWE.
Yeah, the problem with that, Daryl, is I, right now they need to see what they should have did was just really kind of look at the MCU. If they wanted to have stuff connected, they should look at what makes the DCU, the Marvel universe, work in general, and kind of make their move from there. But they wanted to rush everything so fast, and they wanted to be the countermeasure to the MCU, meaning that okay, well they do a lot of light-hearted stuff. That you know what, we're gonna go dark with everything, and the problem with that is it's just like not every character works dark. Dark does not always sell. And the only character I can see going dark and selling, Batman. You know, Batman for sure. But
There's a phrase. Found out there's a phrase that explains what you're talking about.
mm,
When and it's what I heard this from personally our friends, how they thought about the sequel to Prince of Persia. Prince of Persia just abruptly went dark
mm,
for really no reason.
right.
The phrase is called darkness induced apathy.
Darkness induced
Basically,
apathy.
if something becomes either so dark where
Mm,
there's really no fun anymore, it's just depressing or whatever, it's wrong, you just don't care anymore.
right.
And it's just like when out of the blue, Smallville tried to get all
Oh
dark
God, yeah,
and
Smallville.
to the point where the background of it was dark skies and
Yes.
Smallville
Oh
was
my God,
red.
Smallville.
And it's
Yeah,
like,
Smallville
is this
suffered
really
that.
needed?
Right. Yeah, Smallville suffered that too. They went dark for no reason. No, I don't care if they wanted to do Doomsday or not. It was like, and what is the big obsession with now? Them want to do Doomsday every like. I didn't care for him, and I'm like, why y'all doing Doomsday in Batman v Superman?
No,
And now
you mean
Yeah, Doomzod, and Doomsday is gonna be in Krypton, and I'm like, oh God, like what the fuck? He he only served one purpose, and after that, he's just forgotten. What is that, everybody? Yes, he killed Superman, and technically he didn't kill him.
Well, he didn't kill him without dying himself.
Yeah,
That part always gets left out.
right.
That, it wasn't like Doomsday killed killed Superman and then went off on his destructive way to cause more havoc. He
Yeah,
died.
he died.
Superman won, but at the cost of his life.
Right, right.
But a lot of people say it's still not a good comic when he actually beat
Going back to Disney buying Fox. I hope it doesn't hurt Deadpool. Deadpool is the only character that's not getting rebooted, so I don't think so. Um, the only thing they y'all probably is that he's not gonna be able to curse. If that's the y'all gotta stop with that.
Well, I'm not sure just the curse, but the crude humor. I mean that's a case of that is heavily part of Deadpool's
Yeah,
thing.
I
That
mean his
makes him,
sarcastic humor.
yeah,
They
his
they have to
sarcastic,
they have
crude
to
humor. That's what makes
they
him.
have to realize that okay, yeah, we can't really mess with that.
it's like you do Lobo. It's like he gotta feel crude that he's Lobo, unless he's not that new Lobo. What was that Lobo? What they did?
Oh, they talk about that was the real logo, whatever. Terry X, do you think the Arrowverse is doing better than the DCEU? Yeah. um, yeah, you definitely. Um, you know, their crossovers seem much better than what the movies do. So yeah, I mean, and they're gonna do Infinity, the Crisis on Infinite, Crisis, their next crossover. So yeah, I mean, you could tell like they put a lot of effort into their stuff, and especially on the budget that they have, and the locations. You know, I really wish I really wish the best for Stephen Amell. Because he's next season will be the last season for Arrow. That's it. That came out of the blue, but eight seasons is
That don't
good.
feel like a.
Don't feel like eight, yeah, don't. But 8 seasons is pretty good for especially a superhero show that's based off I know there's probably a lot of people that was wanting it to get to you know um 10 like Smallville, but you don't need that. I don't. I've even gone on record saying Smallville didn't even need 10 seasons. Don't be like Supernatural, because the whole basis of Smallville, I guess they wanted to see him finally become Superman, and that's kind of I guess the same. And they always said it about Gotham was like, moment he puts on the costume, that's when we're done. And from what I hear, he is gonna put on the bat costume, and I'm like, wait, how? Like, whatever. Like, I'm just saying, man. Um, so yeah, mm, it is what it is, But I'm happy for Stephen Amell. I mean that.
But you feel that he's gonna take the role of Barry.
Yep, that's how I feel. What's gonna happen? He's gonna die. If he doesn't die, then because I feel that in Crisis on Infinite Earths, what happened? Barry sacrificed himself. I'm thinking they're gonna do him. Yeah, I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I have a feeling that's how they may end it, because even season 8 is short. They only got like 10 episodes. Like they really shortened this season. So next season, so season 8 of Arrow is going to be only 10 episodes. I would have thought they would have gave him maybe 12 or 13, but nope, not at all. Uh, let's see. Do I feel that Black Lightning should be included with you know, um, I do want to see Black Lightning interact with the other heroes. I think it would be good. The problem is that they film in different locations. All the other CW shows they film in Vancouver, while Black Lightning films in Atlanta. There's no way you cannot tell me that ain't Atlanta. I know what Atlanta looks like, and I'm like, yeah, that's Atlanta. Um, but yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be really cool to see that. I mean, it would be cool to finally them acknowledge that they're on a different Earth, because the fact is that they they have all these same characters. I mean, the name drops that they drop in that show is like, okay, so is there a Supergirl on this? Is there a Vixen on this world? It's just you don't just name drop those characters. Well, like, okay, there's got to be a version of them. Supergirl is another one that I feel like eventually, in time, and it could happen with Crisis on Infinite Earth, that they merge some of the Earths. Like, I believe her Earth may get merged with Earth, Earth One, Prime Earth, and Supergirl and all them will be part of with that. The problem I also have with Supergirl show is there is Superman on this world, but there are times he's never around. And I'm like, they always have to conveniently say he's not, he's off Earth, when all these things are happening, and it's just like, yeah, oh, that I can't. But I will say this: I did like seeing. I'm forgetting her name, but I loved her on Grimm. I liked her as Lois. I thought she was really good as Lois. I was like, yeah, that's great. She was great.
Oh, wait,
Who played Juliet? She was Lois in the last crossover. She kind of reminded me of Margot Kidder a little bit. What are your thoughts on the Mortal Kombat movie? I feel part of what hurts it wasn't rated R. Love the first Mortal Kombat movies. It hasn't aged well, but
no, but I think not straying far from the core
yeah,
essentials.
the
That was
only
why
thing
I
is,
still
yeah,
like.
I think the only thing people complain about, yeah, maybe it wasn't R rated, but it was good. I
Yeah,
enjoyed
that
it.
was better than Street Fighter.
Yes, it was. It was better than that garbage Street Fighter movie. God,
I thought it was better than Super Mario.
God, yeah. Disney is known for softening their characters. Okay, look, that's not entirely wrong. Let's be honest. Disney, what was Disney? What's Disney forefront has always been for kids, but they have also been able to kind of balance the MCU characters. Once again, forget about Disney for a second, and I always use this as an example. Look at you look at Iron Man, you look at the first Captain America, look at Thor, look at Incredible Hulk. They kind of lighten a little bit, but then comes Winter Soldier. Look at that, man. You tell me this is a Disney movie. I remember watching. I'm like, this is still distributed by Disney. I mean, you literally see Nick Fury get gunned, pop, pop, pop. Like it wasn't like they cut away from that. When he got shot, when Bucky shot him, they showed it, pop, 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 and I'm like, whoa,
Bro,
it,
you get no further. Don't get any further than the opening of Infinity War.
yeah,
Infinity War just hits you right hard that, oh shit, this is what we're gonna get.
exactly. It's like
And
softening characters, yeah, is one thing, but you clearly see that with these movies, there was a build to the darker tone stuff. Like you see it, you saw it, and Infinity War definitely set that tone to the extreme as how dark that was. Yes, I mean, literally, like I kid you not, when Thanos and Tony were fighting and he stabbed Tony, I literally jumped out of my seat. Oh, like it was like whoa, like he stabbed him. Like it wasn't a case of like, oh, they softened Thanos up. No, Thanos was Kevin Feige lived up to his word. What he said in that movie, he said ever since they were building up to Infinity War, what did he say? He said directly, "You're gonna understand why we took so long to build Thanos up," and he lived up to that. There's no way they could have gone any other route with that, but he lived up to it. So softening characters is one thing, but it definitely doesn't softening and making him look childlike. I guess what I'm trying to say is it's different. Like in all retrospect, Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark is almost a complete uncanny counter of his comic counterpart. The only difference is, yes, they didn't go the whole. Let's okay. One thing you could kind of say is they didn't go the whole demon in the bottle stuff. That's where Disney is definitely going to put their like. We're not going to advertise bad behavior of drinking. Okay, I got no problem with that. Um, but the other stuff that they did,
how about when we see basically Bucky gunned down his parents. Remember, they show that.
No, yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
they
Yeah,
don't cut
yeah.
away
In Civil
Civil
War,
War.
you literally see him kill Howard Stark. He kills him like he literally breaks his neck. Like, and it's like that's softening up a character. Like, what are you talking
And
about?
the funny thing is, saying about, despite Disney catering to kids, we just watched not too long ago a video talking about the not so light deaths in Disney
Yeah,
animation where
yeah.
they're like, oh yeah,
Like
that's pretty dark.
like it boggles my mind sometimes when everybody says that about Disney. Oh, they're too lighthearted. But yes, you see in their classic Disney movies, some of these bad villains have horrible, gruesome deaths, and you're like the like the one for example, like that will always stand out to me that I had to go back and watch again because was probably when Clayton got hung and you literally see him get hung. Like they don't show it, but they show the shadow like the lightning and you see him noosed up and I'm like,
It's like just the thought of what happens. Like,
yes,
yo, that's pretty
yeah,
dark.
you know what happened. It's like that's the darkness. Like
It's like he just
he's trying to cut his free with
Clayton.
with the fight, and you see Tarzan saying Clayton like Clayton don't, and he thinks he's free, and he gets, and that was it. You know, even to a certain degree of Mufasa dying, he he literally got trampled to death. It's like
You don't have to use your
you don't have to
imagination.
use
You
your
already know what
imagination. You
happened.
know what happened to this, and it makes me wonder how far are they gonna go in this live action one. Like, are they gonna show that? Are they gonna show Mufasa get trampled by that stampede of wildebeest? Like, even to a degree with when Scar, I don't know how he survived it, but when Scar and Simba are fighting at the end, and Simba boots him off the cliff, and he goes head first. I don't know how he didn't break his neck, and then you literally see the hyenas basically eat him to death, or I don't know what they did to him, but yeah, there's some stuff to it. Like softening is one thing.
I mean, again, also your your target audience, and then just to show that if your target audience is kids, that doesn't mean that everything that is in it is for kids. Case in point, how many times, especially later on in the series, how many times that you have to check yourself and be like, oh, the last Airbender is a Nicktoon.
Yep.
This ain't something on Toonami or something, later on in the night that you
Yeah.
consider Adult Swim. Like,
Yeah.
yo, this is a Nicktoon.
This is a Nicktoon. Yeah.
Getting the blood, especially blood bend. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, like blood bending and things like that. Now, to answer AJ what you were talking about, and I just saw somebody answer that question too. Jason. Yeah, you know what? As much as I like Mortal Kombat, there's also a lot of problems with it too. And probably what you guys are talking about is true. Like, I didn't like that Scorpion and Sub Zero were like slaves under Shang Tsung's power. I was like, they had to even explain that. Like, you remember when Shang Tsung said Scorpion and Sub Zero, deadliest of enemies, but slaves under my power.
But they didn't explain how that came about. There was
Exactly.
no backstory to how it came
Exactly.
about. It's
There
like,
was no
it's
backstory
like
to that.
my thing. All I can think of, what did they meet him in the tournament, and he beat them and just enslaved
Exactly.
them? Like, what happened?
There was no. So, in my as much as I love that movie, there's a lot of places you can pick at it. Like, wait a minute. Like, um, some of my biggest scratch in my head moments is the fight between Liu Kang and Reptile. Where'd Johnny go?
Where the hell did he
Where the
go?
hell did Johnny Cage go? Okay, did he run off to get Kitana, or did Kitana meet him and said, "Leave, let them fight"? Where'd that happen? Okay. Even to the degree of uh
It's quite honestly, I still sometimes don't understand the layout of the Sonya Kano fight.
yeah,
Was it fixed? What did Kano? You know, the Shang Tsung did they kind of
said she only humiliate her.
right? But it's like, but did that mean loser? But they didn't challenge her. If we always say question because they proven out they primarily focus on Luke Cage's reaction,
Yeah.
like
Luke Kang is like, wait, what?
it's like what's
Like
happening?
what's happening? Is there just certain parts that just boggles me sometimes, and even when they finally introduced Goro, it was like, okay, so Goro comes out and then he starts laying waste to everybody, and I'm just like, wait, now wait a minute, like, so all these guys just automatically get a shot at fighting Goro now,
Yeah, it's
right? Like, wait a
yeah,
minute.
my thing was because how does the tournament work exactly?
Yeah,
Who did these guys beat to get the gold?
exactly. Who are these guys? Who these guys beat to
Or
to fight Goro?
or did like I know? Okay, we know that the whole tournament is basically a fix.
Right,
It's just for Shang Tsung and them to gain power.
right.
Because if they
We get 10.
he did he won 9, he wins 10, but it's still like okay, there's still got to be some structure to
Yeah.
it because like okay, for instance, Johnny got Goro because he went up to Shang Tsung.
Yeah.
I want Goro.
That's right.
He basically did what we just saw Dean Ambrose did with Triple A.
Yeah,
I want Drew McIntyre.
exactly.
Okay, I want Goro. You
Johnny
got him.
Johnny said straight up. He said, Luke Shang Tsung said, challenging Goro, huh? You weren't supposed to. You're not supposed to challenge him right now. Are you that eager to die? So what gave all these ham and eggers an opportunity at Goro? Even what gave Arlene?
Yeah, we didn't even see Arlen
Yeah,
fight.
yeah, yeah.
But we saw, saw a couple of flicks.
Yeah,
You
we
know,
saw him. We saw him. We saw him get introduced, like telling Johnny, like, "Hey, man, like, don't let these people get to you," you know. And him saying, like, "Yeah, I seen a couple of your films, and you can't fake those moves."
yeah.
Okay.
And then I guess we see a little bit when they get off the boat.
Yeah.
Then after that, we don't see him. Next time we see him, toot tit.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was it. And then he gets killed, and then
With the most, I mean, the most minimum facial damage ever. And I'm thinking, this is girl. I'm thinking, I would do one smack the face of a girl. Your whole face is
Yeah, like
busted.
time to die, and Goro just wow, and that was it. So my problem, there are problems with the Mortal Kombat movie. Don't get me wrong, but it is still probably the best video game adaptation movie, period.
And it did wow.
And it did well. You know, yeah, some people argue say, well, the Resident Evil. I have my issues with the Resident Evil franchise in general, but overall, I still have not sat down and watched the latest Tomb Raider. But I heard a lot of people said it was good. They should have given her just a better role.
Man, my issue with the Resident Evil is that
Wes Anderson.
I guess you can put it on him is that it went from Resident Evil to not being Resident Evil anymore. Just a action movie that has things from Resident Evil.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
It was just like okay,
It did
okay,
feel
the first one.
yeah.
I still love the first. I still love the first one. I'm seeing it. I was like, okay.
That did feel like yeah.
Especially big ups to Marilyn Manson for that theme music.
Right.
That set to like, okay, this feels like something.
That like second one felt like the second one. They took it into Raccoon City. 2 and 3. Yeah, they mixed it. Then after that, they just started to just go.
I thought 3 was rushed.
3 was rushed.
I felt like the people just dying left and right.
Yeah, 3 was rushed. The point is like Hollywood still needs to.
And another thing, one day it's like, yo, you want more of the actual Resident Evil characters? You got them. Yeah, but they're really not gonna have any
Yes,
moments.
like
They're just there.
that. Yes, that was also my issue. Is like Alice sucked up, and I love. Don't get me wrong, I love Mila Djokovic. I love her, but it was like when your husband is the director. Come on. And more importantly, her character is not even real, but she gets more. She looks better than Chris. She looked, yeah, and I love Wentworth Miller, but he was no Chris. She looked better than Jill. She looked better than Leon.
That was the interesting thing. The interesting thing is that Jill had a great debut.
Yeah, she
Like she
had a
just
great,
walks
yes.
into the police
She had a
department,
great
just pop.
debut.
It's like,
Pop.
oh,
She was
oh.
like you in the head,
I'm like,
but it's like, and then all these other video game movies that came out, like it was like it was like me saying, how do you mess up, like when you say, oh well, we'll do a they're gonna do a uh what Ludacris is in what was it,
Max Payne.
like how do you mess up a Max Payne movie? You could have had a gritty
Cop
cop drama movie, which all Max Payne is, a cop trying to find who killed his family, but you add in drugs
Bro,
that
listen, man.
have that people start seeing demons and angels. Okay. Then they first did Hitman first with Timothy Olyphant, and eh, you know then they came back and did it again, and I saw that one, and it was okay. They used more of Hitman Absolution for that one, and it wasn't bad. He wasn't a bad Agent 47. It's just that to me, Agent 47 Hitman should is works better as a TV series. That's just the way I would feel it. Um, what else
Like
did?
a Netflix.
Yeah, like a Netflix show or something like that. What else did they? Um, and they all the almost every fighting game got a live action movie.
I think it's a Double Dragon.
Oh my God, Double Dragon, Jesus Christ. Um, Dead or Alive gets a movie. Oh my God. King of Fighters got him. Oh my
Can't find
God.
that. Have
Yeah, King of Fighters got a movie. Maggie Q was My Sure Nui in that.
all right,
You had Terry Bogard in that, and he was a businessman. I wanted to throw up when I saw that. Uh, Tekken got him. Oh God.
oh, you mean when Jen gets his ass whooped until he sees his mom.
Yeah, Tekken. Almost Street Fighter, of course.
Oh
Every
no, Chun Li had it on me.
yeah, then they try to do it again with Street
What is the
Fighter,
Legend of Chun
The
Li?
Legend of Chung Li, and disgusting. And it just I
Some other video game.
what other video game movies I can think of? I know that they're working on that Uncharted movie, where um, young Mr. Holland is gonna play
Nathan?
Nathan, young Nathan.
Uh,
Uh,
oh,
oh,
the Assassin's Creed.
yes, I still haven't watched that Assassin's Creed movie yet, and I have it on my DVR. Um,
Prince of Persia.
Prince of Per. I didn't mind Prince of Persia too much because I thought Jake Gyllenhaal was good. I just think he was in. It just didn't feel like Prince of Persia.
Uh,
Um, House of the Dead sucked.
okay, now that's I'm gonna just say House of the Dead. I mean, if you look at the story inside, it is kind of a wonky
Yeah,
story.
yeah, okay, yeah, but let's see, what video game movie did well? Need for Speed did well.
I don't remember anything about that movie though.
Need for Speed did well, but I think the reason why it did well was because of the fact that I don't think they even acknowledged based off the hit video game.
No, they never made any
They
mention.
know, and even I guess you could say that's the reason why Rampage did so well. They never acknowledged based off the video
But
game.
isn't that, in a way, isn't that bad?
Yeah, it is kind
Like
of it
that
is
bad
bad. Like that's bad.
that I would like, as like with any book, when books get adaptations based on the book,
Yeah, yeah,
then so I understand why with a video game, when I don't say okay based on the video
yeah.
game.
Like
Now granted, now there's been some times, there's been twice where I thought Gears of War had a movie.
I think they
First
still want to work on a Gears of War movie.
first time was Edge of Tomorrow.
Right,
When I saw Tom Cruise and I was like,
Gears of War.
is this Gears of War?
Right, right.
Then,
But that's based off of anime.
right, and then a little bit of Elysium. With
Oh
Matt
yeah,
Damon. When I first saw it,
yeah.
Gears of War.
You know,
I know there's another video game.
there's some more. There's a bunch of them. Like, uh, I won't even need to mention Super Mario Brothers because that's just god awful.
oh no,
Like, if they ever want to do a Ninja Gaiden, just look at Ninja Assassin. Just look how um
good thing do God of War.
I think they want to do a God of War movie. Um, I know
Oh,
they're still working on.
Last of Us.
Yeah, no, not the Last of Us.
But that's supposed to be getting. That was supposed to
That's
get a
supposed to
movie when
get.
it first came out.
They're getting a movie.
They're not supposed to get a movie.
I know they want to. They still want to do this Metal Gear movie.
I just think. I think. And now, to be quiet, I think Metal Gear is too complex for these Hollywood people to understand.
Yep, that's why, and that's where I say like, if y'all gonna do that, get Metal Gear's dad to help you with that,
I always said in terms of how it
and
really,
fuck Konami for that
right,
shit
to
too.
really show that these Hollywood people don't know what dude did. If they messed up a Red Dead Redemption,
Yep,
that's a movie in itself. You do not need to do that.
that's
Right.
why everybody says to me, they say like, Chris, you're a big Mass Effect fan. Would you want to see them do a Mass Effect live action? Nope, because I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need a Mass Effect live action movie because the whole game is a movie itself. I don't need that. I really don't need it because I'm scared they're gonna fuck it up or somebody's gonna fuck it up. Um, it just the only thing I would want them to do if they want to do a Mass Effect movie is maybe tell the story of the first Contact War or something like that. I don't know how the humans first met the Turians or something like that. I don't know. But other than that, keep it away. Keep just you know I don't know like when it comes to and then it sucks because even when it comes to animated like I mean Final Fantasy Advent Children did great.
Yeah,
Let's,
but
let's be honest.
that wasn't live action.
That's why I said animated.
Yeah.
It was animated. But when they did Ratchet and Clank animated, I don't think that even did well in the box office.
I didn't hear anything after that came out. It almost like it came and it went.
Yep, it like came and went, and it was like, wait, what? So the bottom line is Hollywood still has a long way to go with video game app. They finally found their niche with the comics. Video games, I don't know what it is. It's just it is what it is.
That's what I said. I'm still, I would like I said, the superheroes, they finally got a movie boom or, everything clicking. You know, books have been had
Mm-hmm.
great movie adaptations. Waiting for video games
Right.
to have them.
All right. So let me, Terry, you asked me how do I feel about these seasons of the Arrowverse. A lot of them are off and on. I love that episode with King Shark and Grodd fighting. That was great on the Flash. Arrow. I'm not watching all of them. Like I'm gonna watch Arrow and things like that when they go on Netflix. Then I'll binge them. Right now I'm just keeping up with Flash, Supergirl, and Black Lightning. Uh, Funniest Barry Allen moment. Mm, I can't think of one right off the top of my head. Do you think the Flash TV show ruined the chance of a good Flash film? No, I don't. Best Bret Hart, favorite Bret Hart match. Ooh, and Bret's my man. That's my dude right there. Well, his his match with his match with Steve Austin is definitely great because that was probably the greatest double turn ever. Um, his match with Owen, his match with Bulldog, uh, his match with Sting could have been better.
They had a couple good ones with Bulldog.
Yeah, he had.
Because he had one when the iconic
Yeah,
intercom, but then he had one when Bulldog was a heel,
right.
which was really good. That was like in your house.
Brad stuff. Him and Sean tore the roof down. He had a great match with Kurt Hennig. Oh my God.
He had two.
He had two. Yeah.
He had two with SummerSlam and he had King of the Ring.
So yeah, he's had some great matches. It's hard to pick just one with Brett. And like I
I
said,
do feel the Iron Man match is overrated.
yeah, it can get.
I feel.
But I'm talking about their match for the IC title. He had one. They did one for the IC title before the championship.
The big one that they had wasn't for the IC. They had one for the only one they had for the IC was the ladder match, which that's Brett.
Yeah.
They had a great match from what I hear when Brett was world champion, Shawn was IC champion at Survivor Series.
That one too. So yeah, I can honorably say I had the pleasure of being one of those kids that Brett gave his glasses to. And I'll never forget it. Madison Square Garden, 1993. Brett gave me his glasses, and then my dad broke them. Not on purpose. He stepped on them by accident. So, uh, Sin Quan, what up, Sin Ken? Uh, Nathan, what do you think will happen with Iron Man after Endgame? Either he dies. I have two things. Either okay, here's some of my solutions. Either Iron Man dies, he sacrifices himself or so, or Steve does it, and one of the two is going to retire completely. Like this is it. But I can't see them. It's gonna have something to do because they're not coming back. So we might see both Steve and Tony die.
Apparently, what I heard, from what I read,
Mm-hmm.
whatever deaths happen in Endgame
Mm-hmm.
are going to be permanent.
Yeah.
I read that.
Yeah.
They didn't spoil it. They said whatever death.
Kevin Feige said that. Like whatever death happened, that's it. They're not coming back. So yeah. Um. Black Panther. My Black Panther sequel prediction is T'Challa will have a deal with this uprising in Wakanda, and Moses Magnum will be the main villain. Ooh, Moses Magnum, that'd be interesting. I still think they should do him versus Mephisto. That'd be great. What do you think of the new abilities? The new abilities. What? The new abilities. Oh, you got rid of them, man. What the hell? Um, whatever's whatever say that is lighthearted. Go through all their films. Yeah, exactly. Yo, Parallax, what's up? Is this the final crew you're doing ever, or is this just final? No. Okay. It's the final one in this location, guys. Okay, that's what this is. I shouldn't have put that. I just it was by accident. Um, for messing up my previous man. I was saying the Jordan Peele that Jordan Peele wants to what direct the Gargoyles movie. Any thoughts on that? Is Peele the right director? Um, I would not be against a live action Gargoyles movie, but my problem is it needed? Because we kind of got what we wanted throughout the season. Yes, the Goliath Chronicles was bad because that's not where oh my god, what's his name? Oh, oh god, what the creator of Gargoyles? Oh my god, how am I forgetting this? Wiseman. Yeah, Greg Wiseman wanted to go with it. The first two episodes, and then first of all, Greg Wiseman never wanted to turn Xanatos to a good guy. He always kind of wanted Xenos to feel like he could easily step over the line anytime he wanted
Yeah,
to.
like Tony.
Yeah, like Tony. Yeah. Um, he didn't. I mean, that was all this, but Goliath Chronicles. It just felt more. The Goliath Chronicles felt too dramatic for its own good. That's the best way I can describe it. Um, a lot of the characters that you can think of, like the villains, for example, like Demona was only in one episode. And that was it. She never appeared ever again. Macbeth, the pack may have showed up a few episodes, may have one episode, but that episode where Broadway goes to Hollywood was dumb. Um, yeah, it got really stupid after a while. The Quarrymen were a poor excuse for villains, in my opinion. We look like the Ku Klux Klan, but we got chargeable sledgehammers. Stupid. So yeah, but if Jordan Peele wants to do it, I mean, I wouldn't be against it, but I don't think it's needed. Um, Gargoyle still to this day is that's mine. Gargoyles today is still a. If you watch Gargoyles today, it is still like irrelevant. That's how good that show has aged. Even though the show is supposed to take place in the '90s, it's still like whoa, like it it harped on everything you needed in that movie in that TV show. They talked about racism and equality and this and that. Like you were like, and that was I would think that was probably the first where I can remember me saying this is a Disney show, right? And don't get me started on that episode when Broadway shot Elisa. Unbelievable. Still to this day, I'm like, she was lying in a pool of her own blood. And they showed it too. It was like, so yeah, you know, Gargoyles was a good show, and even still, even if they did do it here, if they did do it, they better get the original cast to voice the characters. There's no way I can take another guy outside of Keith David voicing Goliath. I'm like, nope, nope. And all you need to do is you want to get a live action Elisa, get the same woman that voiced her, Sally Richardson, Whitfield. Oh my, Greg Wiseman even said at first Elisa Maza was going to be Latino, and when Sally came in and read for the part, they instantly said, okay, she's going to be black and Native American, just what Sally Richardson is. So it's kind of that sense of It's that sense of what do you call it?
I mean, art imitating life.
Yes, art imitating life. That's what I'm trying to. It's kind of funny because we not too long ago I was watching Low Down Dirty Shame, and Sally Richardson is in that. And
Is that your first time seeing her? Well,
uh-uh,
actually, look on her.
no, first time I actually saw Sally Richardson was in the movie Posse. It was a western directed by Mario Van Peebles, and she played a Native American in that. And I was just like, who is that? Bingo. So yeah. Um, let's see. Uh, funniest Eddie Guerrero moment in WWE. There's too many, Marion. There's too many. Hey man, hey Johns, Junes. Okay, I just want to make sure. Sorry, I somehow accidentally deleted the message. But what do you think of the new abilities King Ghidra has in the showcase? I'm fine with that stuff. I really am. Hello, I'm X Heartless 21. Hello. Um, what can I go? I'm going to DC. Well, have fun. And let's see. Why is this the final? Oh, okay. It's it's okay. For all those who are new, it's not the final Q&A. What it is it's the final Q&A in this location. Um, and here, let me show you why. See, pretty much, I'm moving, so there's not a lot of stuff in here. I'm moving. That's why. Um, so yeah, um, that's why it's called the final Q&A. Nothing personal. Uh, so that's why it's. I just said that it's only in this location. Next time I bring it back, we'll be in a location. A new. I'll be in a new location. Uh, and with that being said, guys, I don't. There's no more questions. But with that being said, guys, thanks for all those. Thanks for everybody who came out. I just did this on a whim. I wasn't going to. But the next time we do this, I will be in a new location. Um, and everything like that. Also, next Sunday, yours truly will be celebrating a birthday. Your Alpha will be celebrating his 37th birthday. Can you believe that? 37. I reached 37. It's a monumental number for me. There's some meaning behind it. I'm not gonna go into detail. But yeah, next Sunday will be my birthday. So yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you for coming out. If anybody new here, who just popped in and said hi, I appreciate that. Uh, you should subscribe, join the pack. Trust me, you're join my pack, and guys, you'll like it. Uh, I I can be goofy, I can be serious, but most of the time, all I'm here to do is just be funny, be entertain you guys, take your mind off things that may be going on in your life and things like that. But in the meantime, guys, take care. As always, peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real. As always, guys, I will see you guys next time in a new location.